Wu Wei is a central concept in Taoism that can be translated as effortless action or non-action, though its meaning extends far beyond mere passivity. At its core, Wu Wei represents the idea of aligning oneself with the natural flow of life, acting without force or resistance. This principle is rooted in the belief that by following the natural rhythms of the universe, we can achieve more with less effort and less stress. In Taoist philosophy, Wu Wei is not about doing nothing. Rather, it is about acting in harmony with the world, allowing things to unfold without unnecessary interference. The Tao Te Ching remains the most authoritative source for understanding Wu Wei. Lao Tzu's teachings invite individuals to embrace the concept of Wu Wei not only as a way to live, but as a method of approaching all aspects of life: personal growth, decision-making, relationships, and even leadership. His profound wisdom encourages people to reflect on how they might align their actions with the world around them, thereby finding a path that leads to balance, peace, and fulfillment. As we explore the principles of Wu Wei further, we will see how they manifest in nature and how we can apply them to our own lives, offering us a deeper understanding of living in effortless harmony. Wu Wei in nature, a lesson in effortless action. In nature, Wu Wei manifests as the effortless flow of life, where everything unfolds without resistance. One of the clearest examples of Wu Wei is seen in the way trees grow. Without human intervention, they stretch toward the sky, drawing nourishment from the earth, responding only to the natural conditions around them. They carve through landscapes, navigating around obstacles, following the path of least resistance. A river's flow is an example of Wu Wei at work, where energy is not spent on unnecessary conflict or resistance, but is directed with grace toward its natural end. This spontaneous and fluid movement is Wu Wei in its purest form: action without force, an unspoken alignment with the natural flow. Moreover, the importance of non-resistance in nature extends to our own personal experiences. Just as the elements of nature flow with ease, we too can find a smoother path forward when we stop forcing outcomes. When we stop micromanaging and simply trust that things will unfold as they should, we begin to experience more of life's natural beauty and flow. When we stop resisting, we open ourselves to the full potential of every moment. This is the invitation Wu Wei offers, to live a life that moves with the flow of nature, both external and internal. With this understanding of Wu Wei in nature, we can begin to apply its principles in our own lives. The question then becomes, how can we emulate this effortless flow in our everyday experiences, from personal growth to decision-making and relationships? In the next section, we will explore how Wu Wei can guide us in navigating the challenges and opportunities of life, allowing us to act in harmony with the world around us. Wu Wei and personal growth, flowing with life. In the realm of personal growth, Wu Wei encourages us to stop forcing change. Growth, much like the growth of a tree, is not something that can be rushed or controlled. Just as a tree doesn't struggle to reach for the sky, we too can trust that when the right conditions are present, growth will unfold naturally. It's about being open and receptive to the lessons and experiences life presents, rather than trying to manipulate outcomes or rush the process. Personal development comes when we allow ourselves to flow with life's natural rhythms, letting go of the constant pressure to control and micromanage every aspect of our lives. Self-improvement, too, follows the principle of Wu Wei. Instead of pushing ourselves relentlessly, we learn to cultivate an environment that encourages growth. This might mean stepping back when needed, allowing ourselves to rest, and trusting that when the time is right, we will take action. Just as nature doesn't force the seasons to change, but rather works in harmony with them, we can align our personal development with the natural cycles of our own lives. Sometimes, growth involves moments of stillness or rest, which are just as important as the moments of action. Wu Wei helps us realize that when we allow ourselves to move through life with ease, we find the right balance between effort and rest, between doing and being. However, if we embrace the concept of Wu Wei, we begin to recognize that the best solutions come when we stop fighting and instead allow things to unfold in their own time. This doesn't mean passivity. It means trusting that by aligning ourselves with life's natural flow, we will encounter the right opportunities at the right moments. Life has a way of presenting us with the lessons we need, And when we are in tune with the natural order, overcoming challenges becomes an effortless process. As we apply Wu Wei to our personal growth, creativity, and self-improvement, we begin to see that life can be a harmonious process, much like the natural world. Instead of struggling to make things happen, we learn to work with life's natural flow. Wu Wei in decision-making and relationships. This approach to decision-making can extend to every facet of life. In business, a Wu Wei approach may involve trusting that the right opportunities will present themselves at the right time, rather than forcing a plan that doesn't align with the flow of the market or team dynamics. In personal relationships, Wu Wei suggests allowing connections to develop naturally, without manipulation or pressure, fostering stronger, more authentic bonds. Moreover, Wu Wei is incredibly beneficial in relationships. Often, interpersonal conflict arises from a desire to control or change others. When we try to force someone to behave a certain way, we impose unnecessary tension that hinders the natural flow of connection. However, by letting go of control and embracing the idea of non-resistance, we allow our relationships to flourish. A good example of this is seen in the way we communicate in relationships. Instead of arguing to prove a point or trying to win an argument, we can approach conversations with openness, allowing the exchange to happen naturally. By accepting the flow of the conversation, we cultivate understanding and resolve conflicts more gracefully. Another key aspect of Wu Wei in relationships is the ability to give others space to be themselves. Whether in friendships, family dynamics, or romantic partnerships, trying to control the actions of others creates tension and stifles growth. By practicing Wu Wei, we allow people the freedom to be authentic, which, in turn, fosters a healthier environment where love, trust, and respect thrive. The role of Wu Wei in emotional well-being is another crucial point. In relationships, when we practice Wu Wei, we reduce the emotional strain that comes with constantly trying to manage and direct every aspect of our connections. For example, instead of trying to fix every problem or force resolutions, we step back and allow the natural process of emotional growth to unfold. Just as a tree doesn't force its growth but expands naturally according to its environment, our emotional lives can evolve more fully when we allow space for healing and growth, free from rigid expectations. Wu Wei encourages us to trust in the natural course of events, whether in making decisions or navigating relationships. It teaches us that effort doesn't always lead to the best outcome. By allowing things to unfold naturally, we can move through life with less resistance and more ease, leading to greater peace and satisfaction. This approach not only reduces stress, but enhances the quality of our relationships and decision-making, bringing harmony to both our internal world and external interactions. The next step in our journey with Wu Wei involves examining how this effortless action can be integrated into our professional lives, where decision-making and relationships often play a key role in shaping success and satisfaction. The balance between action and rest. Embracing the rhythm of life. In the philosophy of Wu Wei, the balance between action and rest plays a crucial role in fostering harmony and well-being. This Taoist principle teaches us that true effectiveness comes from understanding when to act and when to rest, aligning ourselves with the natural rhythms of life. In a world where constant action is often glorified, Wu Wei provides an alternative approach that emphasizes the importance of stillness and reflection in achieving lasting success and peace. The importance of balancing action and rest is especially evident in our emotional lives. Constantly striving for perfection or trying to control every aspect of our relationships can lead to tension and conflict. By embracing Wu Wei, we allow ourselves to let go of rigid expectations and trust that things will unfold naturally. This non-resistance doesn't mean neglecting responsibilities or avoiding difficult conversations, but instead involves approaching situations with calm clarity and openness. Furthermore, the ability to rest and reflect is not just about physical or emotional recovery. It is a vital part of personal growth and self-improvement. In the hustle of daily life, we may feel compelled to constantly be doing, whether it's working towards a goal, meeting deadlines, or fulfilling expectations. Yet Wu Wei encourages us to pause, to reassess, and to trust that growth will come when the time is right. Just as a seed needs time to grow into a plant, our personal development requires patience and the understanding that progress often happens in its own time. By listening to the natural rhythms of life, Whether through moments of stillness or through times of action, we create a life that is balanced, peaceful, and in alignment with our true nature. Wu Wei invites us to embrace both action and rest, recognizing that neither is complete without the other. As we navigate the complexities of life, we can use this wisdom to find the right moments to exert ourselves and the right moments to rest, ultimately leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling existence. As we explore further, we will look at how Wu Wei can be applied in various areas of life, including work, personal growth, and our pursuit of happiness. This philosophy offers profound insights into how we can achieve our goals with less effort and more fulfillment. Integrating Wu Wei into daily life, the path to effortless living. Trusting the process is a key component of living according to Wu Wei. This principle reminds us that not everything is within our control, and some outcomes are beyond our influence. Embracing this truth allows us to trust that things will fall into place as they are meant to. For instance, when facing challenges, instead of pushing harder or forcing outcomes, we can trust that the right solution will emerge when the time is right. This trust in the natural flow of life can bring about a sense of peace and patience, reducing the mental burden we often carry. For example, instead of constantly trying to fix or resolve conflicts, we can approach them with calmness and an open mind, allowing the relationship to evolve naturally. This approach fosters deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. Living effortlessly and harmoniously through Wu Wei also involves knowing when to rest. Constant activity without rest leads to burnout, and understanding the importance of rest allows us to recharge both physically and mentally. Wu Wei teaches us that rest is not a sign of weakness, but an essential part of maintaining balance and ensuring that we have the energy and clarity to act when necessary. Whether it's taking a short break during work or ensuring we get enough sleep at night, giving ourselves permission to rest is crucial for sustaining our well-being. Incorporating these small, yet powerful changes into your life can lead to a profound transformation. Embrace the wisdom of Wu Wei by being present in the moment, letting go of control, and trusting the process. With these practices, you can achieve more with less effort and cultivate a life that is not only productive but deeply fulfilling. As you begin to practice Wu Wei, you'll find that living effortlessly becomes more natural, and harmony will become a lasting part of your existence.
The goal is not to clear the mind completely, but to become more aware of the thoughts that arise, allowing them to pass without attachment. Living by these Buddhist principles is a lifelong journey. As we progress, we may encounter setbacks, but each challenge is an opportunity for further growth. Embracing these practices with patience and consistency will lead to greater peace, understanding, and resilience. By integrating detachment, acceptance, and meditation into our daily routine, we build a solid foundation for mental well-being, personal transformation, and a deeper connection to the present moment. This journey is not about perfection, but about continuous learning and evolution, bringing us closer to a life that is peaceful, mindful, and compassionate.